Well, hello there, friends and family. Good to see you again today. As you can see, we're out sitting in the yard again. It was a beautiful day today. Clear skies, bright blue. God, you can tell man ain't doing as much as he used to. Skies sure have got a lot bluer. Reminds me of back when I was a child. But wonderful day. Light breeze. You couldn't ask for any better. So, I was out getting a few things done. Working on my mower. Trying to get it going. Of course, battery's dead. So I've got it charging. But then, as you saw there in the intro, went ahead and got my 2 truck planters cleaned on out. And went ahead and weeded around them, get them ready to plant something. Not sure what yet. I'll take a look at my seed collection tonight. But what I'm gonna do, while I'm getting the yard all whipped back into shape, I'm gonna get the small areas I have here, something planted in them. And then we'll think about opening up some more of what used to be the old garden plots here. I've got one that I've stacked compost on and dried leaves and grass clippings on for 2 years. It just needs to be all what's left of it that hasn't decomposed needs to all be worked in the soil. Now imagine once that happens, it's going to be some awesome ground again. I know it was back when I used it all the time for over 20 years. So that's the plans for now. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit since I was out here enjoying the birds again, watching the sun get a little bit lower in the sky. And like I say, I always like to go over the numbers first, so we just sort of know where we're at. And today being Friday, April the 3rd, and there's been some milestones set. Worldwide, we're now over 1 million confirmed cases. In fact, when I went in to get me some cool water and come back out here, I checked, we were at 1,070,000 with something like 55,780 deaths. It just keeps climbing. And then here in the U.S., we also set a milestone since I last spoke to you. And now we're well over 250,000 confirmed cases. In fact, 270,000 when I came out with 6,800 deaths. And the third milestone was New York State, which no doubt is the epicenter in the U.S. now. They crossed the 100,000 line earlier in the wee hours of this morning. And with all that said, my little state, I think we're now approaching 1,600 cases, which ain't nothing in comparison. 39 deaths. In my county, we're now up to 19 confirmed cases and just 1 death. But the thing that's concerned about me today is what's been concerning me. And that's trying to get America to do one simple damn thing. And I'm sorry, because it is so simple. And I'm not gonna use the words I'd like to use, because I don't believe in doing that in my older, more gentlemanly age. But it's such an easy thing to do. And I see the videos continue, and something that just really pisses me off, like which God hadn't seen, is I see other YouTubers still going out and doing it. But on the flip side of that, well, they're doing videos where they're quarantined, sheltered in place, locked down. And then, a video later, well, they got all this stuff or they're grocery shopping, or some other type of shopping. Well, that's all good and fine if that's what you want to do, but then don't put out content that says you're doing otherwise. I was watching a couple this morning while drinking my coffee, and you know, they're going over this in quarantine. Well, they do it from inside their house, and you look around and pay any attention to the video, you can see all kinds of fresh items around that house and that, because they way up north. They're either Michigan or Wisconsin, I can't remember where. And I was noticing on the video today, fresh bananas, and I don't mean fresh, I mean fresh green ones. I know for a fact they ain't got a greenhouse or a banana tree, and I know they ain't growing outside that far north. And I'm sorry, that upsets me, because I am here. And like I said, you know, that's their choice. But then you don't want to put crap out on the internet that you're doing something different. That's just, to me, that's dishonest. Maybe that's just me. But it's not only that. I see all these other videos where people, they still ain't. One YouTuber just drives me crazy. He has a channel with a huge following, over 657,000 people. I watch from time to time. It's all about food and non-GMOs and cooking and the best foods to buy at the supermarkets. And of course, he's one of these that's quarantining at home. Every other day, he's in a grocery store doing his videos just like normal. I'm sorry. Just not what you're going to see from me, so that's my rant about YouTube. But like I say, it's on all levels. Here in my small town, it's that way. And even though I haven't left here to see, I don't got to see. I just look around my own neighborhood today, especially since I've been out a better portion of the day. I see my neighbors. Most of us are my age or older, significantly older. I'm talking late 70s, early 80s. And they're getting in the cars, and they're heading out to do stuff. I talked to one of those neighbors today from a par, probably 20 feet, as close as I wanted to be. And we talked about that. Of course, they said, you know, the only time they were going out was to go to the grocery store. Of course, you know, I asked them, I said, well, I hope you're wearing gloves, wearing a mask, got wipes, eye protection. No, none of that. Then I saw another neighbor loading up in the car. Now they're a little younger than me. Do they got gloves, masks, any of that? Nope. It's just not them. It's my whole street, up and down both sides. And like I said, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. It's a, you know, if you want to take a risk killing yourself, that should be a personal decision, and I respect that. What I don't respect is our health system, maybe not right now, maybe not this day, this week in Alabama isn't overwhelmed. But with the way people are acting and the fact we don't have a shelter-in-place order by the governor, it soon will be. Trust me that. Just like it wasn't in California, but now is. Louisiana, now is. Georgia wasn't, now is. Florida. And Alabama's time will come. The other part that irritates me is, they go pick it up and then they interact with other people. Could possibly kill them. I ain't all about that. I don't think that's right. And then the topic come up about church. And all of y'all that have watched my videos any length of time know I'm a man of faith. There ain't no doubt about that. And you also know I don't hold nobody's faith against them. Not at all. I chose mine. And that's a personal decision. And I've looked at things that way since I was a young man. You have the right to choose your faith. Here in America, that's one of our personal freedoms. And I've always respected that. And I wouldn't say anything bad about any one of them. Some of them I don't know a thing about, others I do. But I chose mine. And that. In the conversation, like I said, these people late 70s, early 80s, well, their whole opinion was, well, if God decides it's my time to go, I guess it'll just be my time to go. And that prompted me to say some things and trying to maybe to get them think better of that. But I've been thinking about that a lot, especially when I've seen these mega churches still holding services. And everybody all packed in, crowded together. And the potential that could have for a total outbreak. Just like it did in South Korea, when that one church. 1,000 people got together, and that basically kicked off COVID-19 in South Korea. It became its epicenter. So, we got into the topic of, faith and believing in God, and I believe in God. I believe in God with my whole body. And over the course of my life, I've had to have several conversations with him. And that, for different reasons. And I'll tell you this. There has been a time or two in my life that I've asked him to help me with something. But there was a time in my life, and it was a super serious time. And I told God, I said, if you'll do this for me, I'll never ask for nothing from myself again. And you can take that to the bank. That's a promise. And everybody that knows me knows I make very few promises. Because if I do everything humanly in my power to keep that promise, even if it means dying for it. So it's hard to get me to make that promise. And that. But see, I remember back when I was young about this topic would come up. And I remember some of the sermons about you should not ever test the Lord. That the Lord gave us the tools, the knowledge, the experience, all things on earth, so we could thrive. But even then, that didn't sound like enough to convince anyone, and we discussed that a little bit today. But then, I came in, I was frustrated, because I've known these people for 25 years, and they're good people. They'd help you any way they could. But I sat down, and I, of all places, was reading Facebook, checking on my son. And somebody posted something that I thought explained this so well. And what they wrote was, Noah didn't swim in the flood to prove his faith. He and his family stayed in the ark until it was safe. And I thought, yep, the ark. Right now in America, each of us have been asked to do that same thing. Stay in our ark and stay safe. What is that ark? That's our homes, our property, our apartments, our trailers, whatever it may be. And I'm talking about the ones that can. That's what I'm talking about. Essential workers? No. Those I fully understand, support, and pray for every night. If any of you are closer to God than I am, you can ask him. He'll tell you. Yep, I heard from Tom again last night. And I understand there'll be times when you just have to go out, pick up medications and some necessary groceries. But that's exactly all it should be. Or maybe you need to go out and walk that dog. Or just get out like I am right here and get you some sunshine. Listen to the birds and enjoy life again to the extent we can. But I read that quote to him about Noah, and he said, that's a good one. And you're so right. And we discussed Noah and the ark son. But he needed to go, and I said, well, topic come out about churches here in Taos and still holding services. And I asked him before he stepped inside, I said, I hope you're not still going to church. He never said no. He reiterated back to, if it's his time, then it's his time. I guess that answered the question. I won't test the Lord. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and I'll answer for it when I walk off this earth, which I don't plan on to no time soon, trust me. So don't you worry about that. Mr. Tom ain't depressed either. I'm in full-born survival mode. You just wouldn't have a clue. But I'm not in a big hurry to go up and have a long conversation with him. No, and I'm not going to ever test him. That'd be foolish. And I know there's probably things comparable in all religions and faiths. Parables, stories, analogies, whatever. Even though I'm not aware of them. And that. And I think they'd all carry the same meaning, regardless of your faith and religion. But another thing that struck me today, and I really think this was from my daddy, because I truly believe there are times when he's looking right over my right shoulder. And he said, son, and I may have been hallucinating because I've been out here working, but he said, son, never before in your lifetime have the many been asked to step up and save the few. I didn't understand that right away, but then the words came, for it's always been through the history of mankind that the few have been called to step up to save the many. And it dawned on me what was being said. Every great war, every great plague, every great natural disaster, fires, hurricanes, tornadoes, the Spanish flu, the last great one in modern history. It's always the few that step up to save the many. And during this, the few are our doctors, our nurses, our nurse practitioners, are all of those. I can't even name them all. I mean, everybody in the medical profession, the orderlies, the janitors, the maintenance men, hospital administrators. And then there's not only them, there's emergency medical services, our fire departments, our police departments, our sanitation departments, yeah, our garbage men. Just think where you'd be without them. Our truck drivers, our grocery store workers and stockers and checkout, delivery people of all shapes and sizes, right down to those that we're making work at the fast food restaurants just so we can be lazy and go through the drive-thrus. A habit I have never required. I may go eat fast food twice a year. On a bad year, it might be 3 times. And if you've been with the channel a while, you'll know this old man can cook. Ain't no doubt about that. And I'm gonna do some more of that while I'm doing my shelter in place to survive. I'm doing it real. Look, what the voice, not sure whose it was. I'd like to think it was my daddy's. When he told me that this is the time when the many can step up to save the few. And I almost cried. Because there's no words truer than that. And see, we're not being asked to stand before the face of a hurricane. We're not being asked to tend to plague victims or go into areas where natural disasters have occurred, where there's just death and destruction and risk to yourself could be high. We're not asked to risk our lives. What we're asked to do is a simple thing. Save our lives by staying home. And by doing so, saving all our healthcare professionals, all the way down, every last one of them, from head administrator to the lowliest janitor at these hospitals. That's what we're being asked to do. And for far too many, we still can't get that done. And I still think that shows how selfish of a people not only Americans have become, because it's still happening in most of the developed Western nations, just like here in America. So y'all, we're back on the front porch, not back porch. Could have been on the back porch. Been getting it cleaned off too. And I hope this don't upset a whole lot of you. But if it does, that's your choice. See, that's another freedom in America I respect. I respect freedom of choice, with one caveat: as long as it harms none. Simple bullet statements like that is how I've led my life. That's why I can feel so strongly about it's everyone's right to pick their faith. It's a personal choice. Pick their profession. Some people don't get to pick. Some people are called. Some people are forced. And I truly believe in freedom of religion. And what we're being asked to do by not gathering on Sundays is not about taking away our religious freedom. It's about doing something that can save a life. Take the load off our healthcare system. Save a healthcare professional's life. That's what it's about. So those of you who didn't like my chat today, I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. Then you may unsubscribe from the channel. That's another thing everybody knows about me. Just follow me for any length of time. I don't really care. Not one bit. I could wake up tomorrow and have 100 subscribers. At least I'd know my family didn't walk out and leave me. Yeah, maybe some of them will too. But I also truly believe a person has to speak their heart, speak the truth. Get it off their chest. And it's just that, I have where I do these videos. I have my little old platform, and my little old porch, my little old place here in Alabama. So I try to use it to be educational, informative, sometimes entertaining. I just don't do it to make money, because it don't make a damn penny. And I'm good with that. Not saying I might have to resort to that one day in my life, but it won't change what I do video-wise. So before I walk away from this video and start editing it today, I really hope y'all are out, or can be out, working in your gardens, in your yards, soaking up some sunshine when it's available, like I was today. There's so many good things in life. Don't pass them by. But one last call. And I guess this is especially true for us retired people. Let's all stand up. And let's be part of the many to save the few by staying home. And let's maybe do without some things. I know we can't do without our medications. That's understandable. And I know some people were on real tight budgets and they couldn't put a lot of food away. That's understandable. But before you step out that door, like I've said so many times before, think about it. Is what you're going to do, what you're going to buy, is it a need or a want? Because if it's just a want, you can live without it. And then, is it worth you dying for, or you killing someone else? Because that's the choices. And so, like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed your day and your evening. Hope you get out. Enjoy this great weather we're having in the southeast. It's supposed to be this way till, I think, Tuesday, next week. And like always, till I see you on the next video, y'all take care. Boy, I mean that like never before. Stay safe, Take every precaution you can, and if you must go out, please, please, please wear a mask. If you don't have one, wrap a scarf around you. Get you some gloves, Clorox wipes, hand sanitizer, gloves, all of that. And stay as far away from others as you humanly possibly can. And pray for all those people, not only in America, but across the globe. And may God bless each and every one of you and your families. Till I see you again. Goodbye for now. Trix, what you doing there, Trix? Was you asleep on the floor? Huh? Why didn't you go out with me? Why? You like outside? Huh? Oh, sleepyhead. Everybody wanted to see you. Tell them you ain't going outside. Screw that. I'm a permanent indoor kitty. Right, Trix? You're permanent indoor kitty now, ain't you? Yep. Later, all.